Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 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 2, 3, testing.
Calling all daddies.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, 2, 3, testing, 206. Alright, guys, here I am. Here we are. We are ready for today's new comic book day. It's gonna be a good one tomorrow. We have, man, I can't put my phone anywhere. I'm trying to put it in my pocket. Alright, so let us begin. Tomorrow is new comic book day. We have some pretty good comics coming out. If you guys have a pool with us and you basically want to add these to your pool, to your subscription, feel free to just comment away. We'll let you know. I actually forgot to get a paper. So I'm getting one right now. But yeah, basically, if you guys don't know what a pool subscription is, it is this free subscription that we have in the store. Basically, you sign up for a minimum of 5 different titles, and every week that those titles are released, which is either Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Thank you. Everybody say thank you, Erasmo. Thank you, Erasmo. Alright, so basically every Tuesday and Wednesdays is when we get new comics. DC on Tuesday, everything else on Wednesday. And basically we pull those comics for you and we put them aside. And it's free. All you need is a first and last name, a phone number, and a minimum of 5 titles. That is absolutely it. So if you do have a pull with us, let us know. I have my trusty pen and pencil, or pen and paper. All right, let's begin. So we have Alice Ever After, issue number 3. So this is a new take on the Alice in Wonderland story. A lot darker. Not as dark as the Grimm fairy tale, but it's darker. It's by Boom Studios. So this is the regular cover. And then we have a variant cover. Oh, God. Regular cover right here. Super nice cover. I love it. What's his name? The Cheshire Cat? Is that how you say it? Cheshire? I don't know. Alright, and then up next, going on with a second printing. Amazing Spider-Man number 1. John Romita Jr. cover. Finally, a second printing. We sold out completely of the first printing, and I ordered more. So I want to say we ordered like, oh man, over 100 copies for sure. They all sold out. Definitely a new number 1 worth getting. This is the second printing. So we ordered a few of these. So for those of you that weren't able to get the first printing, second printing, and it's a new cover, still by John Romita. Nice cover. And then up next we have Ben Reilly Spider-Man number 5, keeping up that old retro 90s style of Spider-Man. Ben Reilly is back. This is issue number 5. It looks like there's a clone of him behind him. If there's anything Ben Reilly is striving to do, is to have clones, because he is a clone. Alright, up next, one of the big ones of this week, and it's super good. I highly recommend it. I recommend it, 10 out of 10. It's Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty. So Captain America has had some pretty great stories throughout his years, and I want to say most of them are good, but this one, so good. Definitely really good. If you love Captain America, if you love Chris Evans, even like this story is so heartfelt. There's so many heartfelt moments in it. The action is jam packed. The art is beautiful, and the story is so good. So Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty is definitely one to pick up. I highly recommend picking it up. I haven't really I'm into Captain America because of Chris Evans, honestly. Full disclosure. But this story, so good. Like, I think it's really good. I highly recommend picking it up. Sentinel of Liberty is what it's called. It's the new #1 Captain America. This is the regular cover, and then we have a couple variants here, or more than a couple variants. We have the Scotty Young variant, Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty. You gotta love Scotty Young. Hello, Tristan. Books I'm getting this week are Captain America #1, Wolverine, X-Men Red, Tim Drake Special, and Naomi Season 2. Awesome, Tristan. Definitely a good week for comics. So here we have the Scotty Young variant cover. For those of you guys that just missed, we have the regular cover right here. I highly recommend reading this book. It's so good. I read it. I loved it. There's more variant covers coming up. We have the Scotty Young. And then we have this cool Stormbreaker variant, which is basically looking like the way it looked back in the day. Has the old film. It has him fighting the Red Skull. This is from the World War days, the 1940s. I like it. Film in the back and everything. It's definitely a pretty cool one. So flipping through this book, it's a lot of action, a lot of story, and Captain America is as heartfelt as ever. It's so good. So I highly recommend it. And then we have another variant cover. This is for Pride Month, featuring Scotty Young for Captain America, since I got the Scotty Young. Awesome. Scotty Young, always good at doing #1s, Marvel #1s. So this one's a Pride variant cover featuring this character that was introduced during the that one Captain America run. What was it called? I don't remember. But there was the new Captain America each issue, and this one so happens to be part of the LGBT community, so that's super awesome. Celebrating Pride Month. And then we have another variant cover. This one has a bunch of words that basically define what Captain America is and who he fights. So you see how there's one that says Steve Rogers, Avenger. There's one that says Hydra, all these villains. Yeah. Aaron, that's his name. Awesome. Thank you, Tristan. But yeah, this is another variant cover. Super cool. Love it. All right, up next we have the second printing of Carnage #2. Carnage #2 became such a big hit. We have the second printing right here. Second printing, Carnage #2. All right, up next we have a new #1 from Image Comics. This is called Do a Power Bomb. Do a Power Bomb #1. This one is a wrestling comic book. Not just your typical, it's not WWE, it's not Raw, it's not any of that. It's its own independent story. Basically, this girl wants to be the best wrestler, but she lives in the shadow of her mother, and she ends up being introduced to all this new opportunity. And it's actually what took me with this comic book is the art. The art is so great in this book, as you can see it in the cover. It's so beautifully done. It's honestly just one of those books worth enjoying. Getting the second print of Punisher, yeah, definitely. Punisher's super good. And then we have a variant cover for that issue. Do a Power Bomb. Alright, up next we have 8 Billion Genies #2. So this one's also another cool story. Basically, every single person in the world gets a genie and gets to wish. So imagine if every single person had a genie. Like, what would they wish for? World domination, unlimited money, unlimited power, unlimited love, unlimited food. Like it's just the opportunities are endless. So it's a pretty interesting story. We do have #1 still available in the store. This is #2, so you're not missing out. And then we have a variant cover for that one right here. Look at there's a big robot flying. People wish for superheroes to be a superhero. It's definitely a very interesting comic book. I know in our Wasico store they do sell a lot of these, and it's very popular over there. All right, Farmhand number 18. Basically, it's people that have a farm that grows not plants but people and body parts, and it's a pretty dark story. It's by Image Comics. All right, here we have, is this a second printing? Second printing of Frank Rosetta's Death Dealer number 1. Death Dealer number 1 was another comic that sold out fairly quickly, so of course they released a second printing, which is this one right here. Second printing of Death Dealer number 1. Up next, we have Fantastic Four already on the 44th issue. We have an awesome cover of Doctor Doom by the one and only Art Adams. Art Adams is known for his round-shaped heads. He's a very great artist, fantastic artist, and of course, he usually does these covers of close-ups, and he did one of Doctor Doom. What better person to have a close-up with than Victor Von Doom? And up next, we have another cover right here. It has the shades. It's that shade variant that they've been doing with the blinds and everything. This has the Human Torch in the back. Such a pretty cool cover. And then up next, we have the scroll variant. You know, Marvel's coming out with the scrolls. This time, the scroll has taken over the Invisible Woman. So definitely a really neat cover for you Fantastic Four fans. Up next, we have the second issue of Grimm. So this comic is really good. Honestly, I think it's so good. Number 1 was good. Number 2, I haven't looked in it yet, but it looks very interesting. I did see a preview of it through Boom Studios, and it's just such a neat comic book. Basically, this character, which is this girl, ends up taking the mantle of the Grim Reaper. And the only thing she's confused about is, why is she the Grim Reaper? What is going on as to why she's the Grim Reaper? Who killed her? Why is she dead? You know, it's definitely an interesting story. The art is so beautiful. Yeah. It's written by Stephanie Phillips. I don't think I've read anything by her before. And then we have a foil cover. These usually sell out really quick. Nice and shiny foil cover. It's a Virgin variant. Cover price, I think it's $5.99. It's just $1 more than the non-foil. Super neat. Send these to get graded. They'll probably be like 9/8. And then we have a variant cover by Jenny Frison, who always does fantastic covers. Jenny Frison or Frisian. Add Grimm to my pool. You got it, Luis. Luis Garcia. Grimm number 1. That is a really nice pen. Thank you. Thank you, Erasmo. Alright, so here we have the Jenny Frisian cover. And then up next we have Hulkling and Wiccan number 1. Just in time for Pride Month. Give them their own story. This is a beautiful cover by Peach Momoko. Hulkling and Wiccan. Luis wants the foil one. You got it. Foil cover. Not sure what I missed. We had a new number 1 from Captain America. Currently doing Grimm, Farmhand, 8 Billion Genies, do a Powerbomb number 1, a new wrestling number 1. Don't get it confused with WWE though. This is Image Comics. It's an independent story. And this is where we're at. Hulkling and Wiccan number 1. In case you guys don't know, Wiccan is the son of Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff. Alright, up next we have this beautiful Ryan Stegman cover. And you guys, if you guys know me, I love Ryan Stegman. I love him. I recently bought a comic book signed by Stegman and Donny Cates just yesterday. And Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood number 2. So if you guys haven't read number 1, that's okay. This is an anthology story. Basically, each of these issues have 3 different stories that are done by 3 different writers and 3 different artists. And so you don't need to read number 1 to understand what's going on. But Ryan Stegman, being the fantastic artist that he is, did a cover for Moon Knight, cover A. And yeah, Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood number 2. Honestly, this cover is so brutal. I love it. Look at that. And also, everything in this book is black and white. except for the color blood. Color blood for blood, it is color red. Whatever. So this is the regular cover, and even the variant cover is super cool. This one's the variant cover. Man, I can't stop looking at this one. Probably gonna send like a few of these to get graded because condition of them is pretty good. And Ryan Stegman, hope he does another signing. Send them to get them signed. Sell them here in the store maybe. Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood #2. And then up next we have the new Fantastic Four. So for those of you guys that don't know, this is a new series that's going to be released soon. So this particular one is just a reprint of the original new Fantastic Four that came out, where they included Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. Hey. So we have, this is just a reprint. It's a pretty big page. It has all the original art that was featured back in that old 80s run.
Arthur Adams?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Very nice.
Cameo by someone, whoever can guess who that was. You will get nothing. Well, taking a break from the Gamers Expo. Don't forget, guys, Gamers Expo is this weekend.
Go.
Please. We'll be there. That was Ramsey, in case anyone was wondering. Owner of Kaboom Comics and Collectables of McAllen, Kaboom Games. Also running the conventions. Yeah, he's a busy man, but he made time to make a cameo. So here we have the new Fantastic Four. So I'll let him know you said hi, Tristan. So new Fantastic Four #1. This is a reprint, and basically for those of you guys that do not know, there's going to be a new title where it's basically this Fantastic Four. So even Ramsey knows Art Adams. Fantastic artist. All right, Mark, you want new Fantastic Four? You got it. #1. So yeah, just like I mentioned, guys, this is just a reprint. Basically, it's a recap of the whole entire like Fantastic Four story where they featured. Basically, that's the original cover right there. That middle one, right there. That middle one is the original cover. It was such a weird thing that they did, but it's so cool. Like Grey Hulk, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Spider-Man. Like I feel like that alone would defeat the original Fantastic Four. Like that's such a brutal like force. But yeah, that's basically what this is. And stay tuned. In a few weeks, we'll be having the other new Fantastic Four, which is basically they're making their own series of this Fantastic Four, and it's called the new Fantastic Four. Alright, second print of Punisher #2. This is a super awesome book. They were written by Jason Aaron. The art, super great. The story, super great. Matt talks about it. I talk about it. Everyone talks about it because it's so good and it sells out every single time. I love this cover. Up next, we have Radiant Black #15. Radiant Black. This is the regular cover. The variant cover is the neat one. This one right here is Radiant Black #15. It's like a little video game one. Super cool. Choose your character. That was my bad impersonation. Alright, up next we have Savage Spider-Man #4. So if you guys ever wondered how Spider-Man would be if he was savage, and by that I mean he's basically a ferocious monster. He is more of a spider than he is a man. And yeah, it's a pretty neat story. So this is the regular cover. Scary looking Spider-Man, man spider. And then we have the variant cover right over here. This is by... Who is this by? I don't know. I'll look right now. I like how they make this book to be like a horror movie. Super cool. Yeah. Savage Spider-Man #4. Alright, up next from Image Comics, we have another new #1. It is called Seven Sons. Looks exactly like what you see on the cover. It looks like Seven Sons. What I feel like this book is going to be really about, I haven't really looked through it, but just by looking at the cover and the title, there's clearly going to be a physical seven sons, but I feel like it's going to be some type of metaphor for the 7 deadly sins or something like that. Maybe each boy is going to be one of the 7 deadly sins. I don't know. That's just my guess. But it looks really interesting. New number 1. Can never go wrong. It's from Image Comics. Image Comics always comes out with some pretty great issues. All right, up next we have Spider-Man 299 Exodus issue number 2. Issue number 2. This is the first appearance of Loki 299. So what's really cool about the Spider-Man 299 issue is they're introducing some new 299 characters. Who knows? Maybe these were characters they had in mind back in the day and they just never did them. Because back then they have what? They have Hulk 299 and they had obviously Spider-Man 299, Doctor Doom 299. So they had a few characters of the 299. I think Ghost Rider 299 I think too. So the issue before this they introduced Winter Soldier 299 and now Loki 299, which seems more believable because Loki's been around forever. I could believe him being around since 299. But what's really cool is that Spider-Man 299 is going to be in the Spider-Verse movie. So the big thing about these books is that people are speculating that if they can introduce such a character like Spider-Man 299 of that universe, you know, maybe when they're in Miguel's universe, you know, they're going to go through some obstacles of some villains or something of that 299 universe. For sure, I think Hulk 299 is going to come out in that animated movie. It's like a cameo or something. But these are also, you know, good to spec on. What's it called? But yeah, this is the regular cover. And then we have the variant cover, the ones that usually sell first with a little border around it, little frame. Got Loki there in the middle. All right, Mark Alejandro wants Spider-Man 299. 299 and King Spawn. For Spider-Man, you want all the covers, Mark? Let me know. So this is the other cover. And then we have another cover. Who is the artist? Don't know the artist, but the inker is Israel Silva. Not to be confused with the Israel that works here. Here we have Loki again with Winter Soldier. Super cool. And that's it for the covers for Spider-Man 299 Exodus. With just the variant, the frame one. Frame variant. Alright, up next we have Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 3. This is a David Nakayama cover. David Nakayama looks super good. He does super good covers, I mean. David Nakayama always hits home runs. So this is issue number 3, regular cover. And then we have a variant cover by Greg Land doing an homage to the Edge of Spider-Verse incentive. Greg Land doing his covers. Isaac, I was going to ask if both stores are going to get copies of the Todd Nook.
That's an homage, right, to the 1 in 25
Yes.
Spider-Gwen?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he did that cover, right? The 1 in 25 goes for like $3,000. I was gonna ask if both stores are gonna get the copies of the Todd Nook variant for Dark Crisis Young Justice, which is an homage. Yes! I remember ordering it, and the answer is yes. We should be getting it. Alright, Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse number 3, Greg Land variant is an homage, as you heard Ramsey say, to Edge of Spider-Verse. The first appearance of Spider-Gwen. And yeah, Greg Land's been doing these cool covers. Alright, up next. Gwenverse, you got it. Ralph Guzman, aka Stay Rad Pins. Gwenverse all covers. God, I love this pen so much. I might steal it from Erasmo. Erasmo, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I have to steal this pen from you. So cool. Alright, Star Wars Bounty Hunters issue number 24. We have General Grievous cover, which is super cool because we have the Black Series figure. Super articulate. I love it. How does pulls work? Great question, Alan. So basically, it is a subscription that we have in the store. You have to sign up for a minimum of 5 different titles. For those of you that do not know what a title is, it is basically a comic book title So I know a lot of people might think it's a character, like let me get Spider-Man in my pool. But as you know, there's a lot of titles that feature Spider-Man. There's Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Savage Spider-Man. So each of those would be a separate title. So you can add those 3 and that would be 3 titles. So you need a minimum of 5 titles. You can get a max of however many you want. And all we need is your first and last name and a phone number. And you sign up. And you just got to pick up your comics at least weekly to bi-weekly. Anything more than that, we ask that you let us know. Because as you know, these comics are on hold and they cannot be on hold for so long. So 2 weeks max. And anything longer than that, we give you a call, all that stuff. But you also get a discount on all the new comics. So all these new comics, you would get them discounted. And if you get any from the wall, new comics discounted. Back issues don't count, keys don't count. But trade paperbacks, omnibuses, hardcovers do count. So you do get a discount on those too, as long as you're a pool member. And that's it. It's free to sign up. You don't have to pay anything. There's no monthly fee, no extra taxes. It's free. But that's it. And yeah, if you do want to sign up, just send us a message and we can sign you up. And basically you just let us know which titles you want, and every week that those titles are coming out, so let's say you get Amazing Spider-Man, every week that Amazing Spider-Man comes out, we're going to put one aside, put it in your pool. Having a pool also gives you the advantage of adding things you do not originally have in your list. Like let's say nobody has this on their pool but they want it because they like the cover. Just tell me, we can hold it for you, because unfortunately we cannot hold comics for people unless you have a pool. Whew, okay. Let me know if you have any other questions. Star Wars Bounty Hunters 24, General Grievous. And then we have What If Miles Morales Became Thor. This is part of that ongoing What If series. Started off with What If Miles Morales was Captain America. Each issue is basically him being a different character. Yes, thank you, Mark. You guys are my favorite store, so I'll check it out. Wow, thank you, Alan. That's a very nice thing to say. Oh, thank you. Made my day. Sorry. Very, very sentimental. Thank you, Alan. And thank you, Mark. Pools are definitely the way to go. So What If Miles Morales Became Thor? This is the regular cover. And this next cover is super awesome. This is the variant, and basically you have Miles as Thor bashing this person right in the head. Like, look at that. Like, it's not as bloody as it looks blurry, but it's not focusing. But it looks bloody, but it is, but not super cool though. Super cool cover. All right, up next we have Wolverine number 22. We have Deadpool on the cover. This is the regular cover for Wolverine. Super nice cover. I think this is Adam Kubert, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you guys. Made me go back into collecting comics. That's great to hear, Alan. Especially because the owner is standing right next to me.
Should I fire this guy? Or does it say that? Are you lying? Are you just reading stuff?
Look at these comments.
You guys are my favorite store, so I'll check on it. All right, Alan. Are you telling the truth? Made me go back into comic collecting. All right, so I keep this guy. I need to keep him.
Please.
All right.
I have bills to pay. I have mouths to feed. Just kidding. I don't have mouths.
Who even knows I'm here?
From the live video. All right, here's the variant cover. We got Deadpool teaming up with Wolverine. I wish there was a What If Miles becomes Iron Man. Yeah, that would be cool too. Can you imagine? I'm getting the cool Hellfire Gala variant, which features X-Wing. Yeah, that's actually the next cover. X-23 in the Hellfire. Keep him. He always gives me my keys every week. I'll let him know, Alan. Thank you. Yeah, just so you guys that don't know, that's the owner. Again, owns all the Kabooms. Kaboom Comics, What's the Go, Kaboom Comics, McAllen, Kaboom Games, Anime Boom, Bobo Bomb, and of course he runs South Texas Comic Con, Gamers Expo, and he's gonna, actually I can't even say, but stay tuned for more announcements. I was so close, you guys almost got me. Alright, Impulse, you want this X-23 cover? You got it. X-23 cover, Wolverine. So this, I told you to get rid of that. That was Roy. Alright. So this is a pretty cool cover. Hellfire Gala is coming up soon. For those of you guys that don't know, it is a mutant gala that basically happens. Super cool. All right, up next we have X-Men Red number 3 with Gore the God Butcher. Just kidding, that's not him, but it looks just like him. And then we have this issue from Volt Comics. This is issue number 3. Sorry, number 3, West of Sundown. What's really cool about this? It's a Western vampire comic book. It's about vampires set up in the Old West. It's super neat. And I love how they do the covers like if it's an old horror movie. So it's definitely really interesting. It's from an independent publisher called Volt. So this is the regular cover. And then we have the variant cover right here. We got little gravestones in the back. And then we have another variant cover right here doing that old standoff. Whoa, out of proportion. For some reason these are last. I don't know why. But this is Iron Man number 20. This is a beautiful Alex Ross cover. So the cool thing about this comic is that it is the issue where Iron Man proposes to Hellcat. So for those of you guys that don't know who Hellcat is, her name is Patsy Walker. For those of you that don't know who Patsy Walker is, she was originally from the golden age of Marvel Comics when they were timely. Patsy Walker was just this average, it was like those love comic books from back in the day. And her title was called Patsy Walker, and she was just a regular girl, nothing, she wasn't a superhero. And then Marvel ended up, savaging her character and bringing her back, like, because technically they own her, they own the rights to her, and they were like, let's make her a superhero. So they introduced her as Hellcat, and she's a big part of Iron Man's life now, and it's super cool how they did that. Oh, sorry about that impulse. And you also want cover A and B of Sundown. Cover A and B of West of Sundown. You got it. Alright, so this is the Alex Ross cover. And then we have this super cool variant cover where it says, Iron Man is proposing. Patsy Walker, will you marry me? This is a nice cover too. So for those of you guys that don't know, Pepper Potts, that's only in the movies, comics. It's Patsy Walker. Hellcat is her name, but still super cool. Definitely a neat one. I love this cover. It's probably my favorite one. And then we have Iron Man 20. This is the Skrull variant. He is not really Iron Man. He is a Skrull. Yes, first and last name, phone number is what we need, and then the 5 titles, and that's it. And you just got to pick them up weekly to bi-weekly, and that's it. And we're going to be pulling those titles for you every release date, every time they release. So yeah, Alan, if you are interested, send us a message, and yeah, we'll get you started. All right, King Spawn number 11. We have the regular cover right here. Super cool. Whose gravestone is this? Who knows? You gotta read it. Man, I've been watching a lot of Todd McFarlane interviews. God, what I would do to be Todd McFarlane. Like, great artist. He has a great business. He's very active in the comic community as well as the toy business now. Like, Spawn is his baby, and it's always gonna be his baby. Yet he's helped create such great characters, co-create, I guess, like Venom. Plus that Spider-Man run. He's done Hulk, he's done Wolverine, and then of course, oh god, such a great person. I've been watching too many interviews of him. I wish I could meet him in person. Alright, so this is the variant cover. Super cool cover. And last but not least, this was supposed to be alphabetical, but it wasn't. The Marvels, number 11. Both covers, you got it, Francisco. Alright, now on to the incentives. Really good, Tristan. I highly recommend picking it up. Tim Drake special. Deserves it. He deserves it. Alright, we have the 1 in 10 incentive for Grimm. Grimm number 2. 1 in 10 incentive. And then we have the 1 in 25 by Jenny Frizen. Virgin variant. This is the Virgin variant of it. Who is this guy? Is he the original Grim Reaper? He has a big old scythe as well. I don't know. I gotta read the issue. And then we have the 1 in 50, which is basically also Jenny Frisian, but it's a different color tone. That's how you differentiate them. All right, and then we have the 1 in 25 of Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty. Here you have Red Skull and Crossbones in the background. God, this comic is so good. Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty. I highly recommend you guys getting it. Yes, I did, Francisco. It was a regular cover by Ryan Stegman, which I loved so much, and then the variant cover as well. All right, What If Miles Morales number 4, 1 in 10 designer variant. And last but not least, the 1 in 25 for Spider-Gwen Gwenverse. I believe this is by Ryan Gonzalez. Super nice cover. Ryan Gonzalez. Are they all in a band? Of course, Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, the original one that we know, she plays drums. Apparently all the other ones in their universe play another instrument. Super cool. But yeah, that's about it, guys. If you have any other questions, comments, anything, send us a message. Keeps freezing. Oh, sorry, Francisco. Let me try to show you the covers real quick before I end the video. Here we go. Moon Knight, super awesome. Regular cover by Ryan Stegman. I love it. And then the variant cover, also super awesome. All right, I got you, Francisco. Let me write it down real quick. Regular Moon Knight. All right. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, you want to add anything else to your pool, just send us a message. I'll be here tomorrow morning. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.